In simple terms, I help people feel better about their smiles and manage their chronic pain. When I realized dentistry could give me that tool to change someone's life by giving them the confidence through their smile and relieving their pain, I was hooked. I think Bombay taught me hustle, New York gave me perspective, New Jersey is giving me growth. Like dentistry has 12 specialties, like many of which many people they don't even aware of. And it's not just about fixing teeth anymore. It's all about like patient's holistic care. The best part is like seeing a patient smile without pain after years of suffering. And that's what drives me. A patient like, who was 45-year-old woman who suffered from intense like facial pain, like 10 on 10. And she had like painful attacks, like 60 painful attacks in a day. And seeing her relief and hearing her say that like she finally had pain-free days, I think that made it all worth it. Like it's moments like that keep me passionate about what I do. Social media is powerful. Like it helps build trust and connect with patients. Share who you are, not just what you do on social media. I mean, I don't believe in excuses. If something is important to you, you will make time for it. It's not about like 8 to 5 that matters. It's about 5 to 8 that matters the most. AI and 3D printing, because these two, they are game changers. I'm especially excited about like intersection of artificial intelligence and digital dentistry. Regular dental checkups is very critical for you can say like first line defense against the conditions like this sleep apnea, because sleep apnea that can be life threatening if you don't treat that. Botox is excellent for treating TMJ pain of your myofascial origin, and it's FDA approved for chronic migraines. I want to leave a legacy of holistic and patient-centered care. I hope to be remembered not just for my hand skills or my technical skills, but for how I improved the lives of others. It is incredibly rewarding to make a tangible difference in someone's life. It is demanding, both mentally and physically. But I think like if you are passionate, it's all worth it.
Welcome to WhatsApp Pro, the podcast where we delve into the journeys of extraordinary professionals making waves in their fields. Today, we are thrilled to introduce a guest who has more titles than a royal family member and more expertise than an army Swiss knife. Joining us is Dr. Amey G. Patil, BDS, MSD, FACD, FICD, FPFA, FIADFE, FAAOP, DABOP. Yes, that's a lot of titles, and each one stands a significant achievement in the world of dentistry. Dr. Patil is a renowned cosmetic dentist and a board-certified orofacial pain specialist. He is also an ADA CERT Commissioner, Deputy Regent for North Jersey District 4 of the ICD USA, Chair of the Social Media and Outreach Committee at ICD USA, New Jersey Sector Chair at PFA, and Assistant Professor and the Director of General Dentistry Concepts at the Center for Temporomandibular Disorders and Orofacial Pain at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine. But wait, there's more. Dr. Patil isn't just a dental guru. He is also a passionate educator and a visionary leader in the field. Today, we'll dive into his incredible journey, explore his countless roles, and maybe even discover how he keeps his dental toolkit so sharp. Get ready for a fun and informative chat with a true dental rock star who's making smiles brighter and lives better. Welcome to WhatsApp Pro, Dr. Patil.
Hi, hello.
You have such an impressive resume, Let's dive right in our first question. First of all, please introduce yourself in your own words and describe all your roles in layman language.
Sure, I'm a cosmetic dentist and a board certified orofacial pain specialist. In simple terms, I help people feel better about their smiles and manage their chronic pain in head, neck, face, and jaws. So currently, I'm working as an assistant professor at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine, where I teach future dentists. So my focus is on helping them use advanced tools like artificial intelligence to enhance patient care, learn more cosmetic techniques. Also, I'm involved in research, so always looking for better ways to treat orofacial pain conditions and improve patients' quality of care.
Wow, that's quite the blend. But what initially drove you to the field of dentistry?
Well, as a kid, I loved working for precision and detail oriented work. I wanted to become marine engineer or aeronautical engineer. So I took like technical as a vocational subject in my high school. But later I decided to pursue science and shifted my interest completely to medical and dental field. So I always like admired that how dentistry combined like the science and then artistic part of it and then chance to directly impact people's life. So I think like my parents instilled this value of service in me, and when I realized dentistry could give me that tool to change someone's life by giving them the confidence through their smile and relieving their pain, I was hooked.
That's powerful. Speaking of growing up, tell us more about your childhood and your education.
I had a wonderful childhood as a single child growing up in Mumbai. My mom is a teacher, my dad is government servant, so I think education and discipline were always highly valued in our home. Growing up in such like fast paced and competitive city, I think that taught me resilience and importance of hard work. I pursued my bachelor of dental surgery from Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, and during my internship there, which is like similar to general practice residency, I won several awards for my innovation. And then after practicing a couple of years and gaining some experience in private practice, I decided to move to the United States. Pursuing that fellowship in aesthetic and cosmetic dentistry was a transformative move for me. I think Bombay taught me hustle, New York gave me perspective, and now I'm in here like New Jersey. New Jersey is giving me growth. Um, I think I really honed my expertise, especially during my time at Rutgers when I was pursuing my Master of Science in Dentistry and Orofacial Pain. It was an amazing experience, filled with persistence, learning new systems, and making sure like I left my mark here, whether through innovative patient care or teaching or mentorship.
That drive is evident. But what motivated you to specialize in orofacial pain?
It started when I realized that so many patients experience chronic pain. And when we say chronic pain, it's like beyond 3 months. And these patients, they don't always get right help. They go to one dentist to another specialist, and they're still in pain. So, orofacial pain is relatively a new specialty. And being able to diagnose and then alleviate their pain. And sometimes these patients, they feel like there is no hope. And you alleviate their pain, that part is incredibly rewarding. I think pain is personal and that affects your daily life. So I've seen like many patients, they're suffering and I wanted to help them. So specializing in orofacial pain that allows me to improve not just their smiles but their overall quality of life. And treating orofacial pain is like solving a puzzle with each patient. And I think I love that part of the challenging part of treating these patients.
That's such a unique specialty. Now, switching gears a bit, do you have any tips for young students trying to find their specialization?
Definitely. First, take your time in exploring different ideas. Don't rush into deciding which specialty you want to do. Find good mentors and don't be afraid to ask for guidance. Internship, preceptorship, those are the key to figuring out like what exactly you want to do, and sometimes like what you don't want to do. So most importantly, like I feel, find your passion, work hard, focus, stay curious, and be persistent. Work ethic is non negotiable, and you need to outwork everyone if you want to succeed.
Solid advice. Thank you so much. Now, walk us through your professional journey and the key experiences that shaped you.
I started my journey in Mumbai, where I had like privilege of working with some high-profile patients as an associate dentist for them. I think that experience taught me the importance of precision in aesthetic and cosmetic dentistry, and then moved to New York City. I think that was a major turning point. It was my first exposure to all these like cutting-edge techniques, but it was at Rutgers and during my residency in orofacial pain where I truly found my path. I think my time during my residency that really shaped me. Every challenge, every long night of study and research and mentorship from my professors, and that constant learning, I think it all built me up.
You have got such a wide range of experiences. Let's get into the specifics. Tell us about your role as an ADA CERT commissioner.
So, while serving as a commissioner on continuing education provider recognition at American Dental Association, I help ensure that continuing education for dentists meets high standards. We vet programs and courses to make sure those are evidence based, credible, and effective, which allows dentists to continue learning and growing in their careers. So basically, it's like a role that requires attention to detail and focus on maintaining that integrity of our dental profession. And ADAs serve the ensure like the quality in continuing dental education. So all the commissioners help set standard that push the dental profession forward. So it's like being on the front lines of the future of dentistry.
That's important work. So, what trends do you see in continuing education for dental professionals?
I think we are moving toward more personalized technology driven education. Online courses are becoming more dynamic with the integration of artificial intelligence and virtual reality. But the one trend that excites me is the shift towards that interdisciplinary learning and integrating all these things into facial aesthetics with core dental skills. I mean, think about it. Like dentistry has 12 specialties, like many of which many people they don't even aware of, like prosthodontics, endodontics, periodontics, orthodontics, pediatric dentistry, oral and maxillofacial surgery, orofacial pain, like dental anesthesiology, oral radiology, oral medicine, oral pathology, and dental public health. So, often an interdisciplinary approach is necessary to treat your patient effectively. And it's not just about fixing teeth anymore, it's all about like patient's holistic care.
Holistic care. I love that. Now let's discuss about your role as Deputy Regent for North Jersey District 4 ICD USA.
ICD stands for International College of Dentists, and I became a fellow of ICD in 2022 in Houston. So, International College of Dentists is about fostering excellence in dentistry, and as the deputy regent of North Jersey, I focus on expanding our reach and promotes ethical practices within the dental profession. So it is also about like mentorship and giving back to the community and creating a global network of all these dental leaders.
Mentorship is clearly important to you. You are also a board certified orofacial pain specialist. What are some of the most rewarding aspects of this specialty?
The best part is like seeing a patient smile without pain after years of suffering. And that's what drives me. It's the ability to truly change someone's quality of life. And many of our patients, I mean, they come in like after dealing with chronic pain for months and years, and sometimes without a clear diagnosis. And being able to give them that relief and watch their like entire outlook change, I think that is like beyond rewarding.
Nice. Can you share a case or experience where your expertise in orofacial pain significantly impacted patient's life?
Of course, one memorable case a patient like who was 45-year-old woman, like who suffered from intense like facial pain, like 10 on 10, like tearing, rhinorrhea for months. And she had like painful attacks, like 60 painful attacks in a day. And she had tried multiple treatments. She went to a dentist, she went to the neurologist, like ENT, with no success. And then she came to Rutgers School of Dental Medicine in our Orofacial pain department. And then after diagnosing her with Sunk syndrome, we started her on like a targeted therapy. That plan was on, we gave her lamotrigine, and she developed a couple of side effects after that, but then we switched to topiramate, and then over time her symptoms drastically improved, and I think she regained like full function after that. And seeing her relief and hearing her say that like she finally had pain free days, I think that made it all worth it. Like it's moments like that keep me passionate about what I do.
That's truly amazing, Dr. Patil. Let's talk teaching now. As an assistant professor at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine, what is your approach to teaching or mentoring the next generation of dentists?
So, while teaching dentistry at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine, I truly believe that hands on learning and student centered approach. I want my students to think critically and understand like what we are doing and why we are doing. So, I push my students to think like a dentist from day one. And it's not about just theory, it's about like real life scenarios, like real world problem solving. And I try my best to incorporate all those like real world case scenarios into my teaching, so our students are well prepared for life after graduation. And I feel it's about like creating leaders in dentistry for the next generation, not just good dentists.
Interesting. How do you integrate your clinical experience into teaching to provide real world insights to your students?
So what I do, like I bring my cases from the clinic into the classroom. So that helps students to see the practical side of the dentistry. So real patients, real problems, and we discuss the diagnosis, the treatment options, the prognosis, outcomes. So I want students to see that the dentistry is as much as about like the problem solving as it is about the technique sensitive. So also with advanced technology like artificial intelligence, I show them how the future of dentistry is evolving.
That's incredibly valuable. Any advice for the students to climb up the ladder of success?
So I would say hustle. Don't settle for mediocrity, because success is all about like persistence and your determination and discipline. So don't try to take shortcuts. Like master your basics, master your like foundation, and always stay curious. Like network with your mentors and learn from everyone around you. And like Bruce Lee said once, like like, be like water, like adapt, flow, but always keep moving. Never stop learning. So I think that's what keep you sharp.
Great analogy. Now, you chair several committees within ICD and PFA. What are you working on in these roles?
International College of Dentists is about leadership, integrity, and service. In ICD, I serve as the chair of the Social Media Outreach Committee, where we are working on expanding our digital presence to engage our younger dentists in the United States and encourage their leadership. So we focus on the outreach in our underserved areas, education, and making that as a global impact. Whereas in Pure Foresight Academy, it's about like recognizing excellence and advancing the profession. So in PFA, we like I became like recently started serving as the New Jersey section chair, and we are focused on the community outreach and enhancing leadership program for our dental students. So in both these prestigious organizations, mainly it's about like pushing boundaries and giving back to our dental profession.
Social media. Let's dive into that next. How do you see the role of social media and marketing evolving in dentistry? And what strategies have you found most effective?
Social media is powerful. Like it helps build trust and connect with patients. I think like for dentists, it's not just about marketing, but about like creating that authentic, evidence-based and value-driven content. So I think the key is authenticity. Because the strategy, if you think about the strategy, I feel like share who you are, not just what you do on social media.
You have certainly mastered balance. You hold several prestigious positions and titles. How do you balance your responsibilities across these various roles?
Well, I think prioritize and delegate. And honestly, you have got to make time for what matters, right? So I think passion and persistence plays important role for me. I mean, I don't believe in excuses. If something is important to you, you will make time for it. I try to be structured with my day and often starting early, but still sometimes I'm late at various places. And thanks to my colleagues who understand me at various times. And even like after work, my day usually ends pretty late at night. So sometimes I get feedback from many of my colleagues and friends like, Amey, when do you sleep? So, but I feel it's not about like 8 to 5 that matters. It's about 5 to 8 that matters the most. And of course, when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
That's a solid work ethic. Let's talk cosmetic dentistry now. What advancement in cosmetic dentistry are you more excited about? And how do they enhance patient care?
Well, with AI and 3D printing, because these two, they are game changers. I'm especially excited about like intersection of artificial intelligence and digital dentistry. So we can create like more precise and predictable treatment plan which enhance like outcomes like never before. So 3D printing and digital smile designing, they have transformed like how we approach our cases that allow us like better understanding of patients needs, and we can predict the result with accuracy and speed.
Wow. Can you share a particularly memorable case in cosmetic dentistry that showcases the transformative power of this field?
Absolutely. Like I had a patient who was a musician and struggled with dental issues that made him like self-conscious on stage. So after complete smile makeover using laminates and veneers, like not only did he regain his confidence, but also he told me like his stage presence and performance improved. So seeing that kind of transformation beyond just the physical is what keeps me motivated. Like another patient, a woman who came to me after a bad accident, and we rebuilt her smile from the scratch. So she cried when she saw herself in the mirror, and like those moments, like that makes it all worth it.
That's incredible. Any advice to the students or young professionals aspiring to specialize in orofacial pain and cosmetic dentistry?
So I think get your basics right first. Like be obsessed with learning, then find a good mentor, like who is excelling in your field. So you have to stay ahead of the curve, especially in fields like cosmetic dentistry or orofacial pain. Like also focus on building strong relationship with your patients, because dentistry, this is like a people driven profession. And always remember, like hard work beats talent every day.
Patient relationships really are key. Speaking about growth, what is your take on continuing education in the field of dentistry to maintain excellence? And what resources do you recommend? Resources and approaches do you recommend?
It's absolutely essential. Like dentistry is always evolving. So I think like if you don't keep it up, you will fall behind. And I would recommend like getting involved with reputable national and international organizations, attend their courses, and learn from your peers and your pioneers at those conferences. So find what excites you and strive to become an expert in those areas.
Great. On your website, you mentioned dental sleep medicine. Can you tell us more about that? What is dental sleep medicine?
Well, sleep is one of the most critical aspect of overall health. And after all, like think about it, like we spend about one third of our lives sleeping just to function during the other two thirds. So dental sleep medicine is really fascinating because it focuses on treating conditions like obstructive sleep apnea with oral appliances. So obstructive sleep apnea is actually like quite prevalent in the United States, which affects around 25 million adults and children. The gold standard treatment for obstructive sleep apnea is a CPAP machine. Usually pulmonologists they prescribe it. So what is particularly interesting is how dental sleep medicine ties into the orofacial pain and TMJ disorders. So there are like early indicators of obstructive sleep apnea. Like we as a dentist, like we often detect during our routine examinations and things like teeth grinding or daytime bruxism or nocturnal bruxism, nighttime bruxism, or patient's scallop tongue, or sometimes like enlarged neck. So all these things can point towards the sleep apnea. Even something as simple as like if a patient is dozing off in your dental chair or patient is dozing off while driving, that could be an indicator of potential sleep disorder. So I feel uh, that regular dental checkups is a critical is very critical for you can say like first line defense against the conditions like this sleep apnea, because sleep apnea that can be life threatening if you don't treat that. So it's not just about teeth, because we are looking at overall health of our patient.
Excellent information. So, what is your take on Botox and dental fillers?
I think they're amazing tools, like when used properly, of course. It's not just cosmetic, because they can help with treating pain too. So, for example, like Botox is excellent for treating TMJ pain of your myofascial origin, and it's FDA approved for chronic migraines. So, if a patient is experiencing like 15 or more days of headache in a month and each one lasting 4 or more hours, then yes, Botox is the treatment. Because, but remember, like Botox is not for those who have like fewer than 14 headache days in a month. So when we talk about those dermal fillers, like lip fillers, they are great for enhancing like overall facial aesthetics and complementing cosmetic dentistry. But however, with anything, it's crucial to have proper training and to use them in a way that we respect the natural anatomy.
You definitely know your stuff. So, what is cosmetic dentistry to you?
So cosmetic dentistry is where art and science meet. It's not just about aesthetics, but also function. So when we are sculpting smiles, it's an art form, but science has to back it up. So that's what makes it both challenging and fun. So each smile is like a canvas. So, and you are creating something unique for that particular patient, that person. It's all about like the balance, the symmetry, the understanding of how even the smallest changes can make a huge impact on that patient's life.
Beautifully put. What trends do you foresee in the future of dentistry?
Well, artificial intelligence is going to play a massive role in diagnostics and treatment planning. We'll also see more integration of digital tools like 3D printing and augmented reality. So, for dental professionals, it's crucial to stay tech savvy, keep learning, and be ready to adapt.
Right. Speaking about AI, do you have any thoughts of its impact on digital dentistry?
Absolutely. Like artificial intelligence is an umbrella term. And technologies like machine learning, deep learning, ANN or CNN, all these like neural network driven robotics, they're having already having that huge impact in dentistry and the treatment what we perform. So AI is transforming how we diagnose and plan treatments. It can predict that outcomes, we can assess the risks, and help create more personalized care, all those like treatment plans for our patients. So it is going to revolutionize the way we practice. I think making dentistry more precise and efficient. So I feel the future is already here with this artificial intelligence.
That's exciting. Now tell us, how do you keep current with the latest research and development in the multiple areas of your expertise?
I'm always learning. Like I attend conferences, read journals, and stay in touch with other experts in the field. So I believe staying connected with the research world because that is the key to staying ahead. So and of course I teach at school, so that definitely keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, research is important. So, what motivates you to keep pushing the boundaries in your field despite achieving so much already?
I think it's the desire to make a difference. The journey does not stop just because you have reached to a certain level. Like you have to keep striving to be better. I have never felt like I have reached to a point where I can say that's good enough. I feel I want to be the best. So to me, success is about continuously evolving. And the moment you feel that you have made it, you are at risk falling behind. So constantly reinventing yourself and your work is what drives me forward. So there is always more to learn and more people to help. And after all, like who doesn't want to leave a legacy of excellence, right?
Incredible. And how do you maintain work life balance with this demanding career?
Balance is overrated. But seriously, like it's about prioritizing what matters most each day. I love my work, but I also make time for my family, friends, and my hobbies. I travel, try different cuisines, play sports, and enjoy flying planes. It helps me recharge. So it's about like living in present moment wherever you are.
You even have a patent, a Pico hydroelectric toothbrush. Tell us more about it. How did you come up with this idea and walk us through the process of filing for a patent?
Yeah, the Pico hydroelectric toothbrush was a passion project from my time in the dental school. Like I had expressed my interest in attending a conference and asked my dean for leave, and he responded by saying like if you want to attend you have to present something, and I agreed, like thinking that a poster presentation would be simpler than full paper presentation because only one slide, right? So my topic was for the poster. It was toothbrush technology, recent trends and innovations. And as I began researching like what was available and considering the future trends, the idea that of harnessing energy from water that hit me while watching the movie Swades. So the concept was reduce reliance on batteries by generating power through water. So finally in 2019, I was granted a patent for the invention of Pico hydroelectric toothbrush, which focuses on energy harvesting. So this entire patent process was rigorous. It required like persistence through research and collaboration with engineers, but it was incredibly rewarding.
That's a fantastic innovation. So, what legacy do you hope to leave behind in the field of dentistry and beyond?
I want to leave a legacy of holistic and patient centered care. I hope to be remembered not just for my hand skills or my technical skills, but for how I improved the lives of others. So, I aim to inspire future generations to innovate and push the boundaries of what is possible in dentistry.
Lovely. Finally, can you share some pros and cons of dentistry as a profession?
Sure. Pros one, it is incredibly rewarding to make a tangible difference in someone's life. Two, you are constantly learning and evolving. Three, it's a blend of art and science. So you get to be both like creative and precise. As for cons, um, of course, like the long hours, especially if you're in early in your career, that can be challenging. Two, there is like constant pressure to stay on top of like new developments. The third one, it is demanding, both mentally and physically, and yeah, with lots of studying. But I think like if you're passionate, it's all worth it.
That's a fantastic insight. Thank you so much, Dr. Patil, for joining us. This has been such a fascinating conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.